All right, guys. Today I'm coming to you from my very messy practice space. We're going to be talking about learning the song Freddie Freeloader by Miles Davis. Now, if you are unaware, this is off the album Kind of Blue. This is probably one of the best selling jazz records of all time. It's a very, very important album. Super great. Tons of great tunes on here. And also, a really good lineup of musicians. This had John Coltrane and Bill Evans playing on it. Really great jazz album. If you haven't listened to it, I highly recommend it. Get on Spotify or YouTube and look those tracks up. All right, so the reason we're working on this track today is because this is extremely easy to learn. There's a lot that you can do with it, and it's definitely a standard that you should know if you're going to be a jazz musician. So let's take a look at how we're going to do this. So what you are looking at here is a copy of the real book. Back in the day, the real book was, I guess, kind of just passed around from person to person, and it's full of it's essentially a version of a fake book. And fake books basically consist of lead sheets that show you chords, so you know where the changes are, style of the tune, and then the melody line. Now, this is a great tune to learn in this manner for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is in the key of B flat major, super, super comfortable key that we can play in. Number two, the melody is stupid easy. Look at that, half notes and ties for days. Only a couple of color things in there. So these first 12 bars are pretty much the tune. And now if you look at this, first 4 bars I have my B flat 7. Then I've got an E flat 7, I believe. Yep. Then B flat 7, then F, E flat, and then A flat 7. This is extremely close to our B flat blues pattern, right? Because up here I have my 1, happens for 4 bars. I have my 4, happens for 2 bars. Then my B flat happens for 2, right? So 1 1 1 1, 4 4 1 1, then 5 4. The one change here is this A flat 7 here, right? So if I think about the scale that I'm playing here, B flat major would have the A, but instead I have that A7, A flat 7, which is my flat 7, which is jazzy, right? We always talk about when we're in our blues scale, we use that dominant 7th functionality. You see it in every other chord here. That's what we got there. So let's go through the melody here real fast, super, super easy. Let's check it out. I'm going to do this with one mallet while I'm recording here. So I've got a 1, 2, ready, and. Two, ready, and. 1, 2, ready, and. A 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, and. That's it. That's the melody for the whole time. Okay, so let's follow through with this. So I've got G, F. These again are concert pitches. So right, if I'm playing on trumpet, I would have A, G, right? Or if I'm thinking about this in terms of degrees on the scale, I've got 6, 5. Then same thing, 6, 5. Then I've got 9, 8. And then 6, 5. Then I have that A flat for the first time, right? So flat 7, regular 7, flat 7, 6, and then 5, flat 6. That's my whole thing here. So, super, super easy melody to figure out. Let's see how I can do this while filming on my phone. Did not think this. All right, so I now have my phone very loosely propped on a microphone stand above the vibes so I can play. All right, so let's take this from the top and let's look at what we got here. So these first couple bars, I've got my B flat 7 chord, right? So I've got my B flat, D, F, A flat. Then after that, I've got my E flat 7, And I'm playing all these in root position right now. I'm not moving anything around like I would if I was actually comping on a vibraphone, right? So I got my E flat, G, B, and then D flat. Then I've got my B flat 7 again. Then F7, got my FAC E flat. Then back to E flat 7. And then that A flat 7 that I have in there, A flat C E flat, with the G flat on top. So the whole time I'm just playing these 7th chords through here. Again, I'm playing everything in root position so you can see exactly how everything is spelled out. So here we go. Here's my first chord. So I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Next chord here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Back to the B flat here. Now I'm going to go up to the F on my next chord. 2, 3, 4, F. Now back to the E flat. Now here's the A flat 7, which I'm going to play. Yikes. There's not an easy way to jump to root position on that. I'm going to play down here. Okay, so maybe if I went from this one to this one. Yeah. I guess that's going to be easier. It just sounds weird because it's up. All right, so now I'm going to go through and play that melody line again. And if you're following along in this video, you can play those over those chords to kind of accompany what's going on. Here you go. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, and. One, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, forte. That's it. That's the melody. So now, if I'm playing on a corded instrument like this, I can accompany myself. A couple of things that I want to think about is that this is going to be a little bit different than if I was playing in a big band ensemble. Normally, I'd want to avoid that root in that 5th because those are chords that are being covered up by other instruments. However, or it's not covered up, but being covered by other instruments. However, since I'm playing by myself here, if I don't play those, then I can't really have that identity of what the chord is. If I play that opening line here, that G flat to F, ba, ba, and I just put the 7th of the B flat 7, put that A flat in there, I don't really get the sense that I'm playing a B flat chord so much as if I put that B flat in there. Makes it a lot easier to be grounded. So this is a great tune if you're just learning vibraphone because everything can be comped pretty easily with one hand and just staying in a pretty simple pattern. So let's check it out over here. I'm not sure if this is in the shot. Yes, it is. All right. So that opening pattern that I have there, right, got my B flat and my D. Because if I put that together with the opening statement, I've got my root 3rd 5th. The only thing I'm missing is that 7th in there, which hopefully somebody else in my combo can pick up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice as I did that, I kept my hand shape the same in my left hand, just bumped it up to right there. Then back down to that B flat 7. Now right here, things get a little bit different. Up to this point, I've been covering the 1st and the 3rd in this hand over here. But all of a sudden, when I get to this next measure, in the F chord, that A is the 3rd. So I want to leave that 3rd out. And if I pop this over here, I get those first 3 notes again. Right? Same thing here. 1, 3, 5. And then finally, there's the 7th, along with the 1st and the 5th. So I can accompany myself without ever really moving my hand from this position as I play through that whole song. Here you go. Let's take it from the top. 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, ready, and A 1, 2, ready, and. 1, 2, ready, and. A 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And that's the whole tune. So maybe you're asking yourself, well, what happens if I'm not playing a chorded instrument? What if I'm not playing guitar or piano or something like that? If I'm playing trombone, how do I do this? Well, it's just like when we do our 12-bar blues improv in class, right? You can play the root or the third or the fifth or the seventh, whatever you want to play of those chord tones, as long as you make sure that you're not covering up the person playing the melody line and that it sounds good. That's the big thing. Does it sound good? If it does, then you're doing it right. So go ahead and experiment with this, and later on this week, we'll look at soloing in this. Cool, guys. Have a great day.